somebody made a comment in the other video that the guy has a special dialect from Britain that gives him that kind of, he was born in 1990 or something. And I guess I see what you mean. It's like when people want to bend a guitar note instead of let it be steady, or they want to do insane vibrato with their voice. And, you know, he's that guy. So I did another search here for, oh God, what was it? I put something up, and then I came across this guy that was criticizing Astro Forex, and his name's Bruce or something. So then I had to go to the source. He's cutting down Pip Society. How dare he cut down a brother? The brother from the Forex mother. Check out this, the jams, and here is the man himself, Leo Williams. Dare I say. What up, brother? I sure this isn't Kwame Kilpatrick. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. What the fuck? Leo. Tell me, my brother, how we be trading these Forex markets? I need to have the lowdown. Give me the dirty lowdown. Give me the boss skag of it all.
Forex trader. He's really special.
I hope that this music's not copyrighted, so I'm afraid that they're going to tear down this video. So I have to play this in increments of flying under the radar, like 6 Day War, 15 feet off the water.
All the things he says in his videos are different.
This is pure gold, man. It's like poetry. Everything he says is pure gold. I don't think it gets any better than this. And look at that fucking thing tagging that goddamn 100 period moving average. Look at the respect that 15-minute chart has for it. Now, I'll give you this. It does have a nice, that is just a premium setup there. If you're a guy that trades, even the RSI, I think, well, not quite. I can't see the whole chart there, but RSI of 14 out of the box. Now, I actually had an RSI of 13, and just to make it, so when I thought Fibonacci worked, I had the RSI set to 13, and I had 62 and 38, because it goes from 0 to 100, so I tried to put Fibonacci proportions on the side, because you can't put 13 and 21. But how dare this guy there? So the guy's making fun of, and I think it's racist, because these are black people from Atlanta. Traders, hip hop traders is what we call them.
Then the other thing you have ever heard in the Forex industry.
So, it's the best thing you ever heard in the Forex industry. I mean, this is like, I hope you're writing this down, because if they tear the video down, I hope you're like scribing this and using some type of archive device, archive ink.
Basically, he looked.
Oh God, I would have bought now this every 15. So right here, I'd be getting filled. I hope right here on something. Not to mention we're touching the 100 period moving average. He's using the scalp trade 3-box check. Now maybe they're selling the software, but it's funny because he's got the spread. We could have taken these trades here, pulled the trigger on the counter trend. Hakanashis. Actually, these are really intense dojis, because they rarely show up. So the Hakanashi or Renko, whatever this is, I think it's Hakanashi, but that is the place to get in, because you're not going to overtrade it. In other words, that's the ultimate entry. The market's telling you when to get in. Really, a big pivot. I mean, a very focused pivot, rarity. The other moves on here are not, you'd have to have a trade plan for the yellow ones and the big green ones. And when it goes like this, see, the only ones that are going to make money in here is your yellow trade. So you're only going to make money from a trade plan that can exploit this explosion here when the market takes off and bounces around, or it's quiet. It's time to put in. It's quiet. It's time to put in limits and that are shallow limit mode. Maybe, but you're forcing it then. See, this 15-minute chart, so you have to be trolling here on limits. Always, like if you just took the bodies, if you could just strip out if it was possible to just strip out, and you could if you had a button that brought on a different template, leave a hotkey, and you could switch to another template and just go, give me bodies only. I just want to see open to close. I just want to see range only. If you just saw bodies only, it would tell you what the market's doing. It's a very weird looking chart if you've ever just chopped off the wicks. Then you can see a whole different world of the way the market sees itself, that's just really what it is. And a 15-minute chart is about as thin as you can slice it. So, this guy's trading double bottoms and double tops because you can only trade those on a 15-minute chart. So it doesn't talk anything about the Bollinger Bands, but we see the dojis show up. See, I don't know how he's got his Bollinger Bands set. That's why I opted to just make each bar its own Bollinger Band and take all the noise out and take it down to the highest resolution you can get it to. Right? You want to get it to the highest res because you can always down res it, but you can't up res it unless you make a fake algorithm. But the market is organic. It's a kind of a static white noise thing. It's just not a smooth thing, man. It's not a sine wave. Everybody wants to hear a big fat sine wave, like a big fat bass note off a big fat fucking string, long string it's not shrill, it's nice and deep, but that's not what's going on. There is actually rallies on this. The problem with the Fibonacci, it's putting in a trail that's not a tail that really is not there. It's making these look way more dramatic, these up and down moves too. So it's really cool looking. Another thing is that just because you are buying here doesn't mean that somebody's not also buying there for a different reason. So the only lowest I can see here is I'll assume this is a support area. So if I was to buy support and wait until the end of the day here to get filled on the first ticket, and if I didn't, this is all I knew of the whole world that I live in, like if I couldn't see look left, this look left thing, people have taken it too far. This price really doesn't matter now. It mattered when you got filled on the buy limit here, and the buy limit here, and maybe you put a grid in here. Maybe you just decided, well, this might come back and be, actually it finally did. If you got out here when this wick came into here, yeah, you made that money, but you would have had to actually perceive this, right? Because this is, if you start buying here, you better be able to buy here and here and here, because you're a guy that buys low and this is support, so you're going to buy it. It's not like you think it's going to bounce off that, or maybe you're going to be more conservative, but here's where you could also be overly conservative, never get filled. What if you put a buy limit here and it just dips into the window here, and then it just creeps out to here, and then it goes sideways, and then God knows what, because this final capitulation here, could you have gotten in here? Well, maybe the better trade was to get in here, but can you really, my question is, can you really put that many tickets, that much size on one decision when the market has, on this 15-minute chart, lower risk opportunities if you babysat the chart? If you were a person that could, check the market every hour and just pull the trigger based on what you see on the 15 and go, oh yeah, we're going there. Oh yeah. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart right now. I'm like, oh yeah, I see the next move. Now, for you to jump in and out of these things is going to be so much work to really crank an account. But you can do it. it's just a ton of work. Like right now, I'm trading of 5 pip targets, and I did get into the British pound here. I'm going to go into the dollar tonight, so I'm going to go short the dollar and long the everything against the dollar. So the Swiss francs dipped into the window above us tonight on the CAD has outstretched, so I'm selling the CAD at the market. Right now, I'm going to sell the CAD all the way up 200 pips north with 54K things. But that's just, I realize how much work it is just trying to do this, Now, if this is in the demo account, and the problem is I don't want to really do these kind of trades myself, so I'm just doing it to remind myself how much work it is to manage more than one currency pair. So that when I was really had a lot of really wanted to take advantage of much markets as I could, and I just realized I could only focus on one thing at a time. It was a sad admission that I really didn't feel comfortable wondering why the account is either way up or way down, when the chart that I'm staring at the time is not telling me that. So it's a very disorientated feeling to look at your equity and realize that, because I know when I'm building a position, I expect to get kind of crushed a little bit. I don't think it's a perfect entry, so it's how soft of a stop I'm running. And then you got to start unraveling some of that position. You've got to scalp out of it. As good as the setup may look to you, it's sometimes you can only make 5 pips. You can't make 15. And if you trade with multiple currency pairs, I mean, this means that how are you going to prevent your brain from saying, well, the dollar's going up, yeah, but not against the yen? And also the guy who criticizes my brother with the pips, Lewis the Hatter, the problem here is that he makes assumptions too that are ridiculous. So we all make assumptions, and we want to make arguments for why this happens and that happens, the fundamentals. And I don't know if you can protect yourself from the fundamentals, because if a tornado hits your house, right? That's a fundamental piece of news. I don't think you can prevent that. So we got the brothers here, hip hop traders, and he's going to point out something here that's I think everybody should really pay attention to. And I know it sounds silly, but his information is so blunt that it really is a truism. But I don't know, the way he delivers it, it just seems like the Pip Society may not have been the best name for this. I don't know. And this is the Pip Society trading style works. I think he should have gone with the German spelling on that, the WERKS. He sounds German.
M formation and W formation in the
We have ways of making you trade. The Pip Society will make you trade. Do you sign up today?
market, and his base of the strategy is high of the day and the low of the day.
High of the day, low of the day, my brother. Bringing it in on the fucking simplicity. And look at it this way. He's not trading more than 2K. So I'm going to tell you right now, you're not blowing your account up. In fact, he's up $1.70 right now. That's 17 pips, people. That's not bad. Or that's that's like what, 7 pips. So let's take a deep dive into the guy who's criticizing him. After this, but this is kind of coming to a keynote here. I'm gonna speed it up here so they don't. In case this is some hip hop song that I'm not aware of, because I'm not really a hip hop guy, not yet. He makes me want to go there though.
Let me explain a little bit closer here for you. This is yesterday, and we are standing in 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is the best time frame to see the market's movement. What happens? This is yesterday, and
What happens? Well, I'll tell you what, man. He just drew a key line in there. I must say, I agree. It would take a lot of work, but if you kept doing keep throwing a limit in here and keep cashing out. In other words, keep buying. You know how much work that is? And then we have this where we come back and touch these treetops right here for a moment. And we get a bounce, new highs, they trap them there. It reminds me of a lot of a football game, aerial view. So they run the ball, and here, right, and it traps it here, so back and forth, back and forth. And of course, there were so many places to get on this thing. Now, imagine you're in 10 standard lots here for this move. Or you're in, like he's in 2K. Now, it's a whole different kind of trade, don't you think? What if you, every wick, or every time it came above here, you did pull the trigger, you babysat this chart, and you kept selling up here. You're like, oh yeah, man, this thing's going to roll over. And you just keep, every 15 minutes you're selling at 2K. So in 2 hours you got like, 10K. You ride this thing down, you're like, oh yeah, maybe you get out on something here. And then maybe scale up, maybe let the rest go. And now you run a trailing stop like a goober. Okay, well, they finally stop you out down here. Oh, look at that. And you can make this whole move. You know, if this is the 1 hour chart, maybe there are times when this is the high of the day and you literally can trade that. The problem comes is when this starts to retrace and it wicks up so hard into there just for a moment. But you wouldn't be able to get out there at the market. You'd have to have your fucking your cash out there. There's no way. People would tell me, "Oh, I got out there." You mean to tell me you said? And don't forget, there could be a 1 minute chart with a 5 minute wick, and that's an inverted hammer, and that's the tippy top of this whole move here. I doubt this thing. This is a 15-minute chart. I doubt the thing just sat up there and gave you all the time in the world. You got probably about fucking 2 minutes to nail that trade, if that. Maybe 15 seconds to pull the trigger and get that price. A limit order is going to be there ahead of time. Running sell limits in a down. Okay, tight sell limits in a trend. Down. So all that matters is how tight is your stop. Now, if you're a swing trader, you don't give a fuck. You put in limits like this and you walk away. You go, oh yeah, gee, I wonder if they'll take out fucking Asia's low. And just like good old market maker auction theory here, of course, it says nothing to do with moving averages, even though you could tell me, oh, there's probably divergence here, right? Well, yeah, but that's because you're trapped behind enemy lines if you want to think this is like a war game. And then we come all the way back to here, cash out, but then bam, now consolidate into the next Asian session. Smack up in there again, the sellers come in on those wicks real mean. And then once you crush all the way here and take out this pocket, well, you didn't quite take it out, but come right up in that window. See, now this is where if you're selling real hard in here in limits and they don't come up there and hit your perfect entry, you'll start to realize that this is the vacuum you need to, even though it's difficult and painful, to sell here with a grid. That this is the bathtub, this is the cup, right? This is what you missed. You missed it. It's like a chess game. You missed it. This wick, that hole is filling, because this is the only thing that matters here. They fill it. They get it up to, well, the whole water table, and then we get the this is the last known high internally. You can almost retest it there. Now the volatility starts to dry up. We form a triangle. This is the floor. My computer's crashing. This is the floor. And once again, the people that are short are loving this fill here. And the people that really want to buy are going to buy these areas where it's a very shallow, it's a very long slot. You see this is quite a compressed area that from Asia. And once that fills here, it's pretty brutal. It's a pretty brutal fill. The last one. Here is the closing structure. But the wicks would be the tippy top of the true top become a bottom. So here your low volatility breakout systems get in on these yellow guys. So if you can see all this coexisting, where you come in Asia, it's quiet, and if this is a half-hour chart, you probably get maybe just one doji. If a 1 hour chart, you get one of these unique yellow super dojis, I guess you call them. And that's what it's about. Now we got this whole vacuum forming here, and you could still crush just because he says that this is the low of the day. It doesn't mean it has to respect it. He's going to go into that.
And this is the high of yesterday, and this is the low of the yesterday, and this is very important to predict the next day's market. And this is today, okay? I saw the market comes above here, all right, reached the high of the yesterday, and it was something around, you can see 5 o'clock in the morning in the North Euro time. It was in the top side here, from the bottom side to the top side, and it's about.
And that's where you'd sell it in this cleft here. That's right where you.
The London session, the price began to really dive down here in Euro Japan, okay, and the euro is getting weaker against the Japan currency, and it's heading
much weaker. Would you like to join the Pip Society, please? Step aside. I'm selling into this the RKA tonight.
Down to this
This
place right here,
which
was what? Which was the yesterday's low. Oh. And this is the key. This is the key issue to understand.
This is the key that you should understand.
To understand that when the price is in this area,
this,
okay, so we have to have a good setup for either breakout or the reversal.
No, you don't. So you just put a buy limit there. In other words, the way that you trade is, if you think that this is a good price, at the end of 15 minutes, buy, because you're getting the best price in a 15-minute time frame. This you know for certain, because execution, which that other guy was talking about, that Astro FX guy, execution is just clicking a button. But you can also do passive execution, would be putting a limit order in. I don't know if that's really execution. It is a bizarre kind of execution, because you always think of execution as like, taking an axe to somebody's head, or, hang them or whatever. But I think pulling the trigger, when I started, I just didn't know there was no other way to trade it other than at the market. Like, make a decision, okay. And then I almost thought he was going to color this in and say you got to put like 5 orders here to buy with an exit here.
If any,
right? In other words, you got to figure this is the only way you can approach this game. You either going to buy here because you think it's going to retest this price, and you'd have to get out of something here because this is the pocket it would bounce into. This is the only 2 prices we know about. And of course, if we look way left or switch time frames, this is some price down here that matters. But the question is, do you really think that this market's going to keep going down every 15 minutes for the next 40 days without going up one 15-minute bar? So we know that that's impossible. We know it is impossible. Other things are probable and likely. Now, if this was the Swiss franc, which the guy talks about later, the guy that's beaten up on my brother, is the Swiss franc issue in fundamentals, and he claims you can trade the dollar CAD because, oh, if you understand fundamentals, you can trade the dollar CAD. Really? Show me how that works again. How am I going to trade fundamental? Oh, you mean I could trade with 300 pip stops? Oh, I got you there. I'm all over that. I've heard of that one. So if you trade with a 300 pip stop, you can trade fundamentals, right? Because you can say, oh, look at that. Well, you know. See, I mean, it just took a while for the market to realize that the fundamentals were what they were. I mean, it's just obvious, dude. I mean, come on. It's so ridiculous because the price is what it should be all the time. The market, unless they're holding back prices. I mean, if people thought it was worth that, they'd dive into it. I heard diesel jeans went out of business. Oh, really? I didn't see that coming. Gee, what else is going to go out of business? What else is going to file bankruptcy? Probably Facebook, end up like MySpace. You can only wish and hope. I remember when I went to Facebook the very first time, the only reason I was attracted to it is because it's very simple, clean. There wasn't anything on it. I thought this is better than a BBS or a news group. And it was. It was a high-end, it was a clean version of, and then they just kept fucking it up. Like Windows. Windows XP, okay, gotcha. It runs. And they just take a piece of software, like this Twitter thing. They can just fuck it up. It's like a chart. Can't handle naked charts, huh? You know, really? Come on. If you can't chart naked, then apparently you've got to lose some weight, right? There's something wrong with you, man. So I'm going to listen to my brother continue, and then we're going to go to the guy who's cutting down my brother. My hip-hop trader.
Reversal should happen. It should happen here. You have to expect the price to come to this area, and you can expect the price to go up, right?
Not necessarily. So we don't know that we'd love that to happen because we can say it happened before, but that could happen. What he's saying is true. So I actually like the Pip Society, other than the guy that's criticizing him. This guy, Bruce Lipton or something.
Right now I'm in two trades in pound Japan, right here, and pound NSD. And right now I was in the profit, but I know this will go higher up. But I think
I know that feeling. Well, let's just say he's not going to blow the account up. Look at it, right? God, he's in a 2K for God's sakes. He's not going to blow. He should be trading that small. It is the guppy and the pound New Zealand. So this guy could make like $5 easily.
I will close the positions when I was in more profit, but right now it's not a good idea to close them now. Let's
hear that.
Go back to this pair here. The thing that Leo says is we have to find the M formation and double V formations for the market, and it is it's easy and it's not easy. You can see that here, for example, in this area, price. Let's see what happened in this area here. Yeah. This was nearly the high of
I'm with you so
that
far.
day right there. You can see the next day price get above this zone of this zone was the high of that day, and the price gone above that zone and stopped here. Yes. All right, and then come down, come up here, and then
it got come down. Yo, my brother, it got come down there.
And shoots down. All right,
and it shoots down. Okay, I get that.
What do you see here? What do you see?
Yellow line. I see. You really want me to tell you what I see? I see a boat, like a cruise ship. Is this like the one that guy that beached over in Italy because he's showing off to his girlfriend? His smokestacks here on the ship. And I'd say this is like a mountain, flat plateau mountain, another mountain. I don't know. I say this is an important price. And now that he's zoomed out, I can see that this would be a key level to buy. What else? This is quite the vacuum that's been stacking up. The vacuum of doom. And then this is the here's the first attempt to fill, but it only fills this. So it is backfill, which the other guy, that's the only thing the guy says. People don't talk about backfilling. That's what they call it. The old backfill.
You see the M? Can you see the M?
You bet I see it. Of course, this is a little bit of a squished M. Do you see it, man? I can't tell my drawings from his. Mine's in black. Let me clear off my. I don't want to assault his genius here.
There's one move, second move, third move, and the fourth move. All right.
Could you do that again?
This is the big catch for the day. If we can find these setups,
That's a big catch for the day. You mean like a marlin?
we can constantly make money. I don't say that it's easy.
Oh boy, thanks for not saying that. See, this is where you got to agree with this guy. The Pip Society is a very honest organization. Looks like to me. I think I'm sign up. These guys need some. They need some street cred.
It needs practice. I'm very new to this system, and I want to practice it, and I want to understand the methodology. The methodology is very strong because
Very strong methodology. Strong like bull.
the big boys sitting up there yesterday stopped the market.
Oh, the big boys. Oh, here we go with the big boys story. Oh yeah, bring it, Pip Society. I know you got it in you.
Right here, push the price down, push it up, and then they sold off all the way to this area.
Yeah, they keep manipulating the market. That's why they keep stopping me out, brother. What am I going to do?
And then the price was in the rest, coming a little bit up to the Asian session. So the price shoots up to the next day to the
Oh, he missed that. See, he missed the trick there. That this bottom did become a top. He's doing a pretty good description so far. Look at that wick spike into there. There's orders pending here. People just want to get the fuck out. Like they bought this, they thought this was support for whatever reason. Now they're just looking at a tote board. How the price gets down there is inconsequential to the guy that's literally reading a ticker and saying, I want this price. So maybe there's a massive order there. Maybe it just ran out of sellers because it's a combination of a very fast movement down into a key level. And this is nearly a symmetrical move here. And if we just compress this flat top into just saying, well, actually, the longer that trades sideways, that's why you have a initial burst out, because you got to get this off the table. All this tension has to explode here momentarily, then it resets, and it still has to come after this price. But now it's captured whatever it needed here. Now, if he thinks this is big boys, it's big boys trading with big boys. It's just people that aren't trading and people that are trading and pending algos and people that start to get very spooked when the market goes sideways too long. Like this. Look at how brutal that is. This is the quietest part of the chart here. After a huge up move, quiet down. We've got this hole and this hole. Now, you got to believe the bulls would wish if they're holding it's going to go this way, but every moment it doesn't. And the people that trade really big, and they might trade with stops, that sell stops fuel these moves, comes back. The scalpers take advantage of this crush here back to where that's the last known pivot, and on down the stairway. As it crushes into this hole, this is the way I see it, but like he said, he's just starting out, admittedly.
Same level stopped here, okay? And then we come down, we come up, and then we are heading down here. What is it? It's an M formation here, all right?
That's information. That's what I'm talking about, information.
It's a big M formation here.
It's a big information? Wow. Man, that's like a big information.
But it's not very
Easy, right?
difficult to see. You can see the
Oh, it's
movement,
not very difficult.
but the real deal is that you
Okay, I'm waiting.
have to believe in what you're seeing.
No shit. You have to believe so much that you'd actually put money on the table and the tickets in there and trade the fuck out of it. The dollar's going to get crushed tonight. Wow. Australia looks like they're going to take it below the 70 cents. We're going below 70 cents in Australia. Bye-bye, Australia. Wow. What a year it's going to be. The dollar's going to go through the roof fundamentally. Don't forget the highest interest rates within a few miles.
All right, you have to believe and take action on it, because it's
Get in there. Get in there. Hurry up. Get in.
a little bit hard to believe in what's going on. There is many manipulation in the market, many manipulations. Let me explain. What do I?
Oh my God. Now here's the argument for manipulation, which, what does that mean? It means man is moving it. Okay, I get it. People are trading the market. Okay, next problem.
mean what my manipulations here. The formation is gone up here. Okay, this is a good sign, and then reversed back. This is the second move of the day. So, and this is the third move of the day. All right. Right at this point, okay, we say okay, we want to sell, right, and we go to the sell. Price shoots down to this area, stops. We see this doji, we get scared. All right. Price shoots up. This green candle right here. This is the manipulation candle. This is what everybody gets scared of. Oh, what's going on? The price is going up now. All right, and then everybody go out of this sell.
Actually, what makes you think that there isn't people? You think that, but what makes you think there's not a guy? And it would probably be me. I sold here. It goes here, and I'm like, oh, fuck. If this is a manipulation bar, dude, so is that. And so is this. Holy shit. Let's see this little cell window, the fractal in there. So that's just, people like to say these things. It's just harebrained. I mean, at every point on this chart, if it's going against you and you're in really big, you're shitting your pants. There's no way around that, right? I mean, you feel that's happening.
Positions, and then boom. All right, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. All right, and now let me see. I just
It's not boom though. See, there's another. He's kind of misconstruing it there. It starts to go up here. This is where you need to, if you are scared, you got to go against your fears and sell there. It's the floor of the bodies. Then here's the boom. Okay, this goes sideways. It's not straight down. You'd be surprised if you're in really big and it spikes up here and you're up $780,000, and it comes back here and you're only up to 30,000. You're like, shit, should have got out, right? I mean, it's really going to depend how big you're in, is how much you take to heart the moves, I suppose, right? If you're going to wipe out what it took you to kind of slowly make, right? Because the market just broke away and went nuts.
I just wanted to close this position, but I didn't reach it. Let me see. I'm a bit in profit right here, and I want to close it, and I get a little bit profit there. But let me explain what I got. Why I got out.
So now I got out because you're at $58. So, and also he's actually trading. Now this is, you got to give it to him there, because the guy that's going to criticize him doesn't even trade. I don't see him trading.
The reason I got out right now, because it is because of two things. I want to teach myself to not to be greedy, okay, and take what the market's giving me. The second thing is the price is getting close to this very nice area.
And that's true. You know, you really kind of, they say that you have to let your profits run, but I don't think that's true. I think that if you are constantly taking something, because the longer you wait, this is when the market goes sideways, and then when it goes against you, it really goes against you. So if you take a small loss, even after, in other words, people say, well, cut your losses short. Well, you got to put a time clock on that. If in 5 hours the market doesn't go anywhere, you have to tighten your stop, because longer it doesn't go anywhere. Now you got to tighten your stop. And if it kicks you out and goes rocketing the other way, you'll be like, it's a good thing I did that. Even though the fear of missing out on a possible counter move or a move that you're like, should have stayed in, because it may be more painful to say, I should have stayed in because last time, if I would have stayed in, look how much money I would have made. And that's the thing that's going against you the whole time if the size is uncomfortable. But, this guy, you can make fun of Pip Society, but let's face it. This guy, he's good enough, he's smart enough, and but he's at $58.21.
This is a very, very nice area, right? Which looks like...
It is nice, but, they could just keep melting through the floor of the previous day. We've seen that.
Let me explain. This area look like this, right? What's going on here?
Oh boy, I didn't see this coming. Now, back to the tunes, and we've got some comedy.
Area of here, right? The thing I want to tell you here in this video is...
He's got some things to tell us.
Don't just look at this candle and this move.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
If you want to understand better what's going on, you have to look in the left side. You have to
look left, people. Structure leaves clues.
In the previous day and find the low of the day. This was the low of the day yesterday. This is the golden key. This is your goal. This is the only thing that's happened in the past, and and you cannot expect this price to just go all the way down. No.
I gotta hand it to Pip Society.
Now we know that if the price comes to this area, because of the low of the yesterday, so something will happen. I can guarantee that for you. Something will happen here, and I will show you maybe in the next video. I hope you like this video. We will talk more about this strategy. I have just used one RSI 14, and I will tell you why I'm using this. It's really simple. I want to look at the market in a very simple way, and in this way I think I will better understand the market to be consistent. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe please. Hit the like button. Have a nice...
I'm all over it, man. Shit. So I'm going to take a look. I think there's any comments on this before I move on to the other one. There's 14,000 views here, people. Step back. This is April of coming up on a year ago. And look at the thumbs up. I mean, people are loving this Pip Society, man. They know their shit. Come on. Don't even try to criticize these guys. They're on top of the world. Look at that nice Pip logo they got. Look at Secrets of the MACD. That's the one I did a video on. I couldn't, this is as far as I could get through the video, and I just I caved. I couldn't hang no more. I was like, this ain't gonna work. I just joined Leo's group, Pip Society. I don't look for the newest comments, though. Can I get it, sir? Wow. I'm in Pip Society. If you join, I'll get your secret last day, $100. It'll go up. Well, I got a nice small target. Modest traders. Video Pip Society. Amateur. Uh-oh, we got a criticizer here. Well, what are you, Mr. Fancy Pants? What do you bring to the table? So, let me go on to the guy. Yes, he's killing the market with the W and M strategy. Of course, he really didn't show us how to get in that trade using the M strategy. The trick is to place your order at the first leg and assume the W will form or the M will form. You have to trust and believe. So now we're going to go on to the guy who's attacking my... Now we're going to go from the hip-hop traders here to this is guy whiter than Ned Flanders, critic. And I almost think he might be racist because, I don't think the guy criticizing, Ned Flanders criticizes the hip hop Forex traders.
And this is very, very interesting because he's in an interview with Instinct Radio, which is based out of Atlanta, as you can tell, which is where he resides. Unfortunately, if I play the sound, you won't be able to hear it, but you can watch this video if you want. It's whatever, but I mean, I'm going to basically give you the play-by-play of this video. In the very beginning stages here, he's being interviewed, and he's basically talking about how he not only helps people with training, but he also gives them signals. Now, understand that a signal service in today's age is very, very, very popular, and it's very, very illegal if you don't have a license in order to do so. Now, don't get me wrong, there's different ways to do it.
God, I had no idea. I'm glad I found that out because I do make calls in the market, but I don't think I'm charging for my bad calls. But it's funny that that's illegal. Really? Oh, but I can go get my palm read? Oh, okay.
Do signal services, but from how he describes it in this video here is he says, I say that I'm going to buy here and I tell them that they need to buy or la 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 la. That is
la 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 la. Man, this guy's hitting below the belt. How racist can you get? La 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 la. Obviously it's a white. That ain't no hip hop groove there, buddy.
Very illegal to do. Now, he may have just misworded how he was wanting to say it, but
not like you're having a problem.
If he's giving you a service of saying this is where you buy, this is how you do it, and all this stuff, it is illegal in a sense if he's not licensed.
Illegal. He getting all like, dude, don't turn like, okay.
To do so, and I can tell you now he's not. So anyways, going right along here. Now, it looks like he's changed up his template. He's changed it up. He used to use the Steve Mara template, so it looks like he's changed that up now. So obviously he knew what he was doing was wrong. But throughout this entire video, he's basically telling you his strategy. He talks about how he does what's called M's and W formations. Now, something that a lot of people are very, I guess, I don't want to use the word ignorant, but they're just not knowing, is that this relies on support and resistance as well as what's called backing and filling. Now, backing and filling is something that nobody in this industry, as far as these companies, these groups, they're not even talking to you about. They're not even telling you what backing and filling is, probably because they've never heard of it in their life. But this is how these things are set up. They're set up by backing and filling. He talks about how you have a 1, 2, 3 step.
I guess I'm talking about it, but I'm not using that term. I'm saying it's falling in this hole. So I guess it is backfilling into the, if you're going to backfill, you build a basement, then you trying to fill the voids.
That pattern, he talks about how you have the 1, the 2, the 3, and then you work off of that with your formations or whatever. This was just an example. I was just pointing out random places. But he basically talks about that. If you're having an uptrend or a downtrend, you point out 3 formations and you see where they're basically backing and filling, and then you find your 3rd or 4th entry for that. So 3rd or 4th point for your entry for that. And he talks about stop hunts and all sorts of stuff. All this stuff, again, is free information. Now, throughout this video, he says there's more to this strategy than just this. Yet, when you do your research, this is typically right now all he's really talking about. So he is just giving you this out for free, which, I applaud him to doing that because all of this stuff, he did not invent.
And he's got music on there too, don't forget, buddy.
This strategy, the trading of M's and W's has been out for a very, very, very long time, way before he ever got into this marketplace, way before I ever got in this marketplace. And it's traded by everybody. So, but understand that trading it with a naked chart like this is very dangerous.
Naked chart's dangerous. Yeah, well, I guess so. I guess, but there's no false sense of security.
Because according to Leo Williams, he basically says that he does not trade support and resistance. He says that they're not necessary. You don't need to trade them, and not only that, but you don't need to understand fundamentals. He says, we don't trade fundamentals. It's not a big deal. Technicals will always go through fundamentals. Yada yada yada. Well, it's so funny because I guarantee you this guy was not during the Swiss crash. I would love to see what he would say to all of those brokers that lost basically their entire industry, their entire company.
But who could see that coming? Fundamentally, who could see that coming? Do you think they wanted to lose their industry? Fundamentals, I mean, you didn't have to, if you're a retail guy, you didn't have to have the trade on. Nobody said you had to trade the Swiss franc. I wasn't trading it. I just saw the data and I thought, wow. And then the whole thing retraced. It was incredible. In fact, nobody had the balls to step in and buy that, and I wasn't even going to trade it because I hadn't looked at the chart in a while. I just saw a gap. And I thought, look at that thing retrace. Now, to jump in that thing would have meant that you would, if you look at a market that's dropped 100 pips, it could probably drop 50 pips in the next session. So if that thing dropped whatever it dropped, some 1,000 pips, we could drop another 500. If you traded the yen during the big earthquake out there, that was crazy. That was like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. That was some crazy ass trading.
Because they followed exactly what he just
How about the election?
said. Go to them and say, oh, well, you didn't need to follow fundamentals. All you need to do is follow technicals. I mean, you could say easily, well, they followed the wrong side, but whatever. But these are professionals. These are people who are way more professional than me and way more professional than you and Leo Williams here.
How dare you? I'm as professional as it gets, man. I mean, this idea that there's this professional out there. I mean, really? What a slam to us, us high IQ goobers. I mean, to say that I can't put on a coat and tie, what is the difference? Professional traders. You've seen these people? They're blowing shit up all day long. All these there's tons of big traders that have just annihilated shit.
So fundamentals are a key point in your trading. Don't let anybody tell you that fundamentals are not, because
I will. They're not. What are you going to do with that? What is this guy holding out of trades for? He's talking about a day trader. Obviously, this guy's not a day trader. He must be an investor or something.
They just don't understand how important they are. It's so funny because, and I won't really give this out because I always am afraid to tell out any sort of information because I'm afraid people will steal it and then try to sell it off to you. But
oh, really? You're afraid people, what are you, ICT now? You're afraid people are going to take your shit and sell it off to people. Oh my God. Yeah, I want to give, or I thought he was going to say, I would tell you, but I don't want to ruin the markets for me, It's such a good trading methodology that as soon as you find out and Soros finds out, then I'm fucked because my trade's just not going to work out because the market will never come back to my entry because everybody's trading against me now. No, they're trading with me and now the market doesn't move at all. Everybody's in the same trade, so there's nobody taking the other side of the trade. What kind of fucking logic is that?
People don't like to trade certain pairs like the CAD, any sort of CAD pair, USD, CAD, whatever you want to call it. People don't like
because it ranges like a motherfucker and it moves huge
to trade that pair, and there's a big reason for it. But there is a fundamental thing that you can follow for the CAD in order to trade it successfully almost every time.
Really? Well, you'd have to let me know about that. I'd love to hear it. I bet it doesn't include a 10-pip stop.
So do your research. It's all out there for free. Just go and do your research.
It's like Bernie Sanders' Forex trading.
How a trader does it. It's how I did it. It's how I figured it out. It's just through doing your research. So, and then another big thing that I want to talk to you about is the ability to do this stuff on a back-tested market. Anybody, even an infant, can do this type of stuff, drawing out these M's, drawing out these W's with a back-tested market. And I can show you just as an easy example. As you can see here, what I've done.
As you can see here, now he's got the classic, looks like candles where it's hollow up candles. Or no, he's non-directional candles. hollow up and filled in down.
Basically done is I've drawn
God, could he zoom it out anymore?
this line to the top
One more zoom out level and you won't even see him.
of this right here. And all I've done is basically shown exactly what Leo Williams teaches you, which is just drawing out this M formation.
Well, you made one mistake. You don't have the close of day. I need to see Asia because I can't tell where I'm at. You got to know where you're at. What time is it? You know, this is MC Hammer shit. Everybody knows this.
Now, I can almost guarantee you that there is some sort of divergence with this if you pulled up a MAC.
Not necessarily. I've seen where there isn't. I've looked at charts for years, literally 30 years looking at charts. And I've looked at MAC. I've seen the CAN MAC. Dude, it does not mean there's a divergence up there. Maybe if you dial into the right time frame, you're on the 15-minute chart. It may not show up until you see the 5-minute chart. And then it might be kind of a clunky, long a divergence that's like way out there. So naked trading is the way to trade. I'm sorry to tell you. It is what it is. Anything you add to it, you're fucking distorting it. You're distorting your data unless you know exactly what to even do with that MACD. I mean, what do you do when it's not diverging? You wait till only divergences show up? Dude, I looked at this stuff a million times. There's very few divergences in MACD. Yeah, you have to go to a 15-minute or 5-minute chart. There's no fucking way you're going to see it on a weekly.
MACD or stochastic.
You'll be dead by the time that setup forms.
Or an RSI. I guarantee there's divergence here somewhere.
Really? I wouldn't be so certain. Maybe there is. But then you'd have to say, which one do I get in? Like the other guy said, now? Now? No, not now. Now.
Somewhere. But this is why it dropped. Now, I'm going to basically give you a lot of
Plus, you got to get the size right, dude, and all that. Come on.
Important key points with this when it comes with what he's teaching you in these videos. So he will always say, well, I would take the trade down here and look how many pips you could gain. 111.6 pips. Now,
that is true. But a lot of people aren't going to trade big enough on this ticket because as soon as it moves down here, like say you get in fairly substantially up here with sell limits, and you take the heat of getting in 3 tickets here, and you got this many tickets pending to sell. You know this high exists. You can draw a trend line here and see it's diverging away from the trend line. You could start putting sell stops in like a goober to trail. You could actually start selling here for God's sakes like an idiot, right? Because eventually that becomes a winner. You could sell the confirmation of the vacuum fill even here. Once it takes out this, it keeps going. That's a good trade there. Like if you're in the right size, right? That's a good trade. Yeah, nobody's going to trade it like this, right? Nobody's going to do, because actually there's so many places to trade within that because you're on the 15-minute chart. So on the 4-hour chart, yeah, maybe you're trading like from wick to wick on the daily. And this is another psychological thing, is that on the daily you would think, oh yeah, I see. It looks doable on the daily, presupposing you wait all day. But yeah, that is, I would have more than one ticket up there if I was getting in on that one.
You can go to any trader and you can say, can you buy from the top? Sell from the top and get it all the way down at the bottom, and no professional trader can do that. So anybody who's training you to do it that way is just basically selling you the dream. They're basically making you think that you can get the best trade every single time. Understand that this is the Euro USD here, which doesn't move much. It only moves on average about 80 to 100 pips a day. So this is basically sucking, what I call sucking the market dry, is basically capturing the entire movement. What a professional trader would do if they were trading this, they would take a Fibonacci tool and take...
Well, actually what they would do is if they were a person that trades the 15, they could make more than these many pips. Right, they could make more than this, because what they would do is they would maybe sell here, buy back here, sell here, buy back here, sell here. No, they take chunks out of this thing. And maybe they reload everything they've built the account and they made more pips. They're really good. And I just sit there all day trading that 15. I'm sure there's people that are only trading one segment of that and they're killing it.
From the bottom to the top, basically
That's the old Fibonacci trick.
from here to here, and they would say, well, what do we want to get here? How much momentum can we see gathering? Well, I can see, again, mind you that this is coming from a person that says that support and resistance doesn't matter. Before we even go into this Fibonacci thing, let's just look at this line
I never heard him say that, but
that I've drawn here. You have a hit, it fails, hit, it fails, hit, fails, hit, fails. I mean, all this is to show you hit, fails. If you don't think that support and resistance do not matter, you are kidding yourself, because they are very, very crucial into your trading. So let's just zoom in here. Actually, zoom out one more time. And this is how a professional trader would do it, is they would take the bottom, take it to the top, and say, okay, well, where do we want to get? How much momentum can we think about getting here? Well, for me, I always tell people, well, this is just my own personal trading, is I always try to get it from the retracement before the 50. So if I was buying, I would get it to the 61.8. If I was selling, I'd get it to the 38.2. And as you can see, you don't suck the market dry. Of course, you want to account for the spread, but you get basically almost about half the move. And that's all you want to do. But that is the maximum, is half the move.
so he's just getting in random lines. Fibonacci's just random. So he's getting in here because it's lower than here. That's all. So he doesn't, people don't realize that the only reason that they would justify Fibonacci is that it's never going to see 618, but it's going to come around there. And the only reason it works is because that price is lower than the price above. It's that simple. Of course, once you realize that, you know, it's like, then you don't feel so bad. You know, I mean, to accept that. Now, you can break the tool out if you find that to be a fun thing. To me, I almost ended up in an institution. I got such anxiety attacks of wanting it to fit that it just, yes, I would throw up in my mouth a little bit every time I broke out the fib tool.
Try to get it to say, okay, well, I'm going to trail my stop to take break even here at the 23.6. Just in the event that it comes back up and rallies, then I can break even or basically capture half of my position.
Wow. See, those are money management things that he's doing to make money, because what he's saying is completely insane. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Think about it. It doesn't make any sense. The thing that trumps Fibonacci is the price structure, right? This low is a contention point. I'm going to put a fat line in there, so I'm going to do a little smoothing there, make it a zone instead of a discrete, a very hard line. This support, this bottom becomes a top. This has nothing to do with Fibonacci. In fact, it's just Fibonacci is just too linear, honestly. This bottom becomes tops, right, on the 15. This bottom just blows it out. It never even makes it back till here, and there's a little bit of a sideways action. Then it finally fills this ledge here. These are not fib handles. Then we have the deep dive stop hunt that my man Lawrence talks about. This is the stops will be stacking up here. And at this point, we just have a range that's defined by the market without any alterations with this dumb shit fib stuff. Because see, this top become a bottom. There's a big deal, and then we start to take out this wedge, this apex of low volatility. Bam. Have you ever been in a trade like this where you are like, you're looking at this and going, oh yeah, the longer we go like this, the bigger the explosion will be, and you're building a long position here and then it explodes and you're like, wow. Just like here, the wedge, right, explodes. Here we have the stairway to heaven effect. Here's a nice top bottom. Here we never come back to this until here. This is the only reason why I get like a launching pad there. So everything's already laid out. The Fibonacci is complete bullshit. There's just no way around it.
That is how professionals do it. And this is how
That's how professional. Well, some professionals do it, right? Like the Astro Forex. Professional scammers.
like people like Jason Stapleton, who
Huh? Doing? People like Jason Stapleton. Now here we go. You can see what this guy's thinking is.
he's taken his disclaimer from will teach you. I mean, again, teach you all this stuff for free. So people who say, well, support and resistance do not matter, they're kidding. They're kidding you, because they do matter. It's very, very important into your trading. But the M's and W's, all that stuff is easily found online. So as you can see throughout this entire video, that's all he talks about. He talks about M's and W's. It's all what's I like to call a naked chart. And he talks about, this is where he's talking about how support and resistance don't matter. He is, in a sense, drawing out these at random, okay? He's not what we like to call looking left, where you basically test that level to see is...
But he did look left. I saw in the other video. He saw the low of the previous day and he goes, look. And he even put a face there. Don't tell me you don't understand support resistance. I can't believe this guy.
Is it a true support or is it a true resistance? Fibonacci is considered to be, by definition, the...
Oh, this guy is just... Here it goes. Now, this almost makes Fibonacci... I hope Fibonacci's not watching what he's going to say right now.
To see, is it a true support or is it a true resistance? Fibonacci is considered to be, by definition, the holy grail. It's considered to be what is called the
Yeah, so there.
golden ratio, because it is the golden tool in this marketplace.
It's the golden tool. Hey, look at my wrench. Yeah, I know. Break out the golden tools.
It's golden everywhere in life. So even
everywhere in life. You should see, yeah, that's like I said, when you go to next time you go to the titty bar, get out your fib tool, make sure that the answer's qualified.
Technicals like this will follow that, but just like support and resistance, that's what Fibonacci follows, is support and resistance.
Support and resistance, like sex?
So it's funny how a person can say, well, support and resistance don't matter, but yet the Holy Grail indicator, considered by many professionals,
many professionals consider the Fibonacci. In fact, when you say Fibonacci, I hope you're not doing that when you're home alone, because the spirits will come out.
Fibonacci tool is followed by that. Just thought that was kind of hilarious. So the other thing that I want to show you here is the truth, and the fact of the matter is that yes, Leo Williams used to, if he doesn't still, after basically exposing him, he still sells the Steve Morrow market maker method. I can go in here and look at where someone has...
Which is auction theory trading, which makes total sense. You never hear about these people, how they get in these trades, though.
Sent me this stuff. You can go through and look at all these videos that he's sent. Forex intro, free online. Market structure, free online. But he has an entire video about support and resistance. Yet he just said in this video that he doesn't trade support and resistance. Here it is, a 13-minute long video talking about support and resistance. Very, very, very interesting. We can go through this entire video and look, he's talking about support and resistance. How funny is that? So I think that is interesting, that you have a person who is telling you that it's not important, yet when you pay money, he gives you support and resistance videos. So, which again is free online. Look, Fibonacci retracement, free online, yet he is charging you for it, but he basically says it is unimportant. So, I just find that it's very, very interesting how you have this. This is what I like to call a person who is new to the marketplace. And why I say that is because this is a person who, when you're new to the marketplace, you change up your strategy a lot. You change up your template, you change up the look of your chart, you change it up. I haven't changed my chart in probably 2 years. I keep
no way,
but very, very clean. I keep minimum indicators on there, but I keep it very, very clean because that's...
Well, honey, there ain't nothing cleaner than naked. Once you go naked, you never go back. I mean, once you just go for a good old bar chart, which emphasizes the range, I think, where the candlesticks are a little too fancy for most people.
I like to be a clean trader. I like to have...
I'm a clean trader. Yeah. Never done any pedophile trading.
Everything clean around me, so my charts are always clean.
I got bleach on my desktop.
So when it comes to that...
No bugs.
Understand that clean charts doesn't always mean naked charts. Indicators are...
Well, it's scrub naked. Scrub clean, right to the bone.
Very, very important. What do the indicators do? Well, they indicate to you. I mean, that
Indicators indicate. That's Deep Thoughts by Bruce Lipton.
that should be a given. So it's very, very funny that you have a person who
Funny,
is
ha ha, or la la la.
trading off a clean chart, telling you that all of these things don't matter. I implore you to even look up. There's a book. Just I'm sure everybody's heard like Such and Such for Dummies.
Such and Such for Dummies. I've got that. Volume 3. I mean, edition 19 and a half.
Yeah, I don't know, iPhones for Dummies, whatever. There is a for Dummies book called Currency
How about cheap porn for dummies?
Trading for Dummies. And guess what? There's an entire section about technical indicators like the Fibonacci, like trend lines, support and resistance. And guess what? All three of those things rely on support and resistance. You have pivot levels. That's support and resistance. You have highs and lows of the days. That is support and resistance. There is a reason why they stop where they stop, or they go where they're supposed to be going to. That's because they're going to a support resistance. Trend lines do the exact same thing for that exact same reason.
That's what he said in that video. It's going to the low of the day.
And it's funny because even in this video, he claims that he doesn't even trade ABC patterns. He says he used to, but he doesn't anymore. Funny because he has two parts talking about ABC patterns. So, TDI indicator, moving averages, technical analysis, all his technical analysis videos. This is just something else that I wanted to talk to you about and show you. Because I told you in the very first video that he basically ripped off his disclaimer. It was basically copy and paste from a trader named Jason Stapleton. And in the disclaimer, it says Mr. Stapleton. He's huge on YouTube. I think I believe, I may be mistaken, but I think he has the most subscribers on YouTube for the Forex industry. He has the most. I mean, that's how popular he is. He's been around, I think he's been on YouTube for a decade, if I'm not mistaken now. I've never taken his course. I don't know much about it, but I do know that he's been in this industry for a long time, and everything that he teaches is basically what a professional will teach you, and all of his videos are free. So, I mean, just understand that. But I basically took this, and I wanted to see, all of this stuff, all this information, was it typed out by him, or did he actually copy and paste it from something else? I basically took, I think it was, I don't even remember, I just flipped through here at random, took the very first sentence of one of these things, or the very first paragraph of it like this, copy and paste it into Google, and guess what? The verbatim came up, and it was some articles talking about candlestick formations, and it was showing you, again, that this is copy and pasted information. From where? Free material websites. So again, he says that in this video, he does not trade ABC patterns yet. When you pay him, this is what he gives you. Now, another thing that I want to tell you and show you is that I can go up here to the Indy, which is the market maker indicators. I can click this and see SM this, SM that, SM, which stands for Steve Morrow. It's an abbreviation for Steve Morrow. This is what the template that he used to use, obviously, because I can go down here and say market maker template. All of these are EX4 files. They are not to be sold off unless you have permission by the creator. You cannot do this. This is, again, intellectual property theft. You cannot resell it. You can give it for free. People do that all the time. That's completely okay. I'm sure the owner wouldn't like it, but you can do it for free. You've already paid for it, but you cannot turn around and make a profit off of it. You can't do that with anything. I can't steal a car and then sell it for money. That's illegal. I can't purchase a CD and then make my own copy of that CD and then sell it to people. I cannot do that. Those are illegal. That's illegal activity. You can't do it. Well, what's very funny is he's not the only one that is teaching you this stuff and charging you for it. We've talked about another company, VKU. They do the exact same thing. And why is that? They teach you M's and W's. They teach you all this stuff, and they use this template. But VKU was smart enough to change the indicator names. But like I showed you in the busted video with VKU, he didn't change the about because he couldn't. They were EX4 files. They're compiled files that are illegal to change. It's not legal for you to change them.
Okay, Ned, just take it easy, buddy. Let's see what we got a lot of thumbs up here and thumbs down also. Look at that. Interesting. So Ned Flanders is going to save you from the evils of the scam artists. 80 comments. Okay, Bruce Long. Keeping America safe. Keeping the world safe. Leo's courses are trash. How dare you? Everyone defending him are liars. for a time people will get mixed results. Well, of course, we all do. Those who made money 1 week, and then the same people defending Leo, and then their account blows up the next week. Not because they used improper risk management, but because Leo's courses are trash. Oh, really? It wasn't because they didn't use improper... Don't blame Leo. Oh, my God. Poor Leo. Dude. Don't blame him on you oversizing his trades. All that stuff is basic information. I have better. I'll bet. Was once a noob, so I know the feeling. You noobs out there. Yes, Bruce, you are telling the truth. I subscribed pay membership and never received any email from these. Still owe me 100%. They're scammers. Why don't you take the effort hating other people and create your own program and change people's lives? You loser, man. Hey, Mr. Loser. Look at this guy with the fucking white tie. He's a brother. He's standing up for another brother. Oh, another brother. He's not wrong. It's people like you I can't stand using your YouTube to hate on someone else's stuff. Wow. Yeah, you fucking nerd. You white fucking nerd. Leave us hip-hop traders alone. We be trading ranges all day. We sell the high, buy the low just because you fucking can't do it. Scared little fucking... scared honky. Fucking... Oh, we gotta be very careful. Naked trading's bad for you. Get a sunburn. Yeah, from the fucking volatility. Hi, Bruce. I'm looking to start up Signal service. Could you drop me an email? As I would like the best info possible to ensure I'm totally safe. You know, I don't want to go to jail like you said that you scared me with your comments about the, you need a license. Why did you mute the comments on your previous video? Yeah, why aren't you transparent, mister? Oh, he's got the Gmail. He's ready to go. Yeah, why did you, Ned? Probably spam. I do that too. Yeah, probably spam. Are you just a pure promoter working with this broker? Seems like it. He's afraid of being nude. Dude, I turned 4 into 17 in 5 weeks with Leo's course, so shut the fuck up. Anyone who wants to talk to me personally, my name is TemX on Facebook. Message me, Pip Society, and I'll show you proof. Bruce, you're a fear promoter. Leave these people alone and let them trade their ass off and make money. Let them win, brother. For another brother speaking up for a brother. Yeah, you know what? Hip-hop traders matter. Step away from Pip Society, brother. Ned, get the fuck out of here. Leave us bro traders or fucking let us dirty dogs that like to buy and sell the top and bottom. Uh-oh, Bruce is biting back. Timothy McQueen. Is that Steve McQueen's brother? Timothy McQueen, send proof here and I will delete the video if it's 12 months of profit with low drawdown. I'll wait. Oh, got to have a 12-month track record. Oof. Low drawdown. How did that go, Bruce? Did he send proof? I can't find you on Facebook, Timothy. Is there any way I can connect with you? Here's a guy that's like, he's like, I'm a bro, man. Notice the white guy is like, how did that go, Bruce? Black guy's like, dude, let's hook up. I'm ready to trade. It's so funny because it really is about your attitude. Great investigation work, Bruce. Keep the good work up. Keep up the good work. At last, someone's raised his hands to deal with these scams and steal from desperate people who need help. Help? What do you mean they need help? They got it. They got to get a beer. I need beer money. That's what I'm trading for. Stay strong. Keep going. Keep doing those. Keep eating those vegan meals, buddy. Stay healthy. Take vitamins. Take some supplements. Why did you want your money back when you're making money? That's what I'm saying. Who's making money long term, though? Well, we'll all die one day. I mean, who is making money long term? And what do you call money? 10%? 1,000? See, when people start to make money, everybody thinks it's a fraud. And when your account starts going to the M's and you're still at zero, whatever that I don't know, SMH means. Shut them. I don't know what that means. When you're a newbie, it takes time and experience to realize that what you paid for, you can get it for free. It's all about gaining knowledge. Learning to be an independent trader is something you'll find within yourself as a result of the teachings you undertake, free or paid, for and all practices with hundreds of strategies that you come across from YouTubers, Facebookers, Telegrammers, Snappers, trading companies, adverts, online courses, learn to trade is 2 days bull. It is 2 days bull. Learn to trade is two. I don't know what that means. It's all part of the. Oh boy, read more. The journey, man. My Forex journey. Come watch me blow up accounts. The journey to become a trader. I signed up with the Pip Society. He shares the indicators. Can't find any with SM attached. Oh, that must be the. I don't know what SM is. You're paying for the course as a whole, not the items. Leo's videos are great. He made me realize something that was staring me in the face a long time, but never realized it. It's all about the experience. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Wow, Bruce is speechless from that endorsement. Hi, guys. Guys, humble yourself. One pair is all you need. I have a strategy for the pound USD that works almost every time if you're just trading that pair. I've turned 405K in a little over a month. More pairs equals more losses. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm going to give this guy a thumbs up. That's totally possible. I mean, you're going to need 400. You're going to need at least 400% leverage, but that's what it's about right there. You're a loser and a hater. Leo's a nice guy, dude. Coming from, looks like a Muslim. I don't know what the fuck that is. Leo is the one who ripped off Steve Morrow's strategy and chart template, Bud. Hey, Bud. Dude, auction theory's been out there a while. I think maybe. Oh, Steve Morrow ripped that off from ICT. Don't you understand? Don't you get it, man? Steve Morrow just able to yell. That's all his skill is. The frequently asked questions section on Leo's website is also ripped off. Word for word from the original Mentor Strategy website. Beat the market. Whatever. Fuck, we ripped off. Who's not using MAC? Dude. You know, the platform comes with Bill Williams in there. Is there anything, really? This guy Carney was sending me fucking lawsuit shit because I talked about harmonic trading. Dude, nobody owns these fucking thoughts. I'm sorry. I stole your template. Oh my God. then sue them. Intellectual property of your, somebody stole my line chart, my idea of using 1 period moving average. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself. Anyone who starts a YouTube channel or Instagram page to shove trading systems and constant discounts down people's throats are obviously losing in the markets. So they need a student or money to stay afloat instead. Yeah, that's pretty much the case, isn't it? They like and subscribe of all my stolen ideas. He also charges you extra to join Facebook group when you pay the membership fee, even though it says that Facebook group is included in the original purchase price. Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to upsell you. Dude, if you got to join a Facebook group to trade, you're already in trouble, aren't you? Doesn't that tell you something right there? Trading is a very personal thing. It's like, would you have somebody pick out your next wife for you? Picking a trade is like picking out your next girlfriend. Is this a good place to get in? I don't know. Let me get my Fib tool out. Shut up, dumb bitch, Bruce. Now, here's a guy who's got a really, he's got a low threshold filter. Shut up, dumb bitch, Bruce. Make fun of my brother, Leo. Leo be getting it on with the hip-hop tunes. You have valid points, Leo. Valid points. You have valid points, and Leo does as well. But I doubt either of us have paid for the course to get all the details. I just get the information online for free. But you are wrong to attack this man and his strategy. You are putting negativity into the community and making them hunt my stop. And not helping. Like I expect you are intending to do. Ned Flanders. Operate from a place of love, man. Dude, there's just too many negative vibes you're putting in the market. You're making it too volatile with your anger. Operate from a place of love. Think pro-peace and not anti-war. Yeah, man. Don't even be anti-war. Be pro-peace. Be a positive person. Be an uptick, not a downtick. Anyway, there are several factors that go into trading the MW strategy. You are correct that the trend lines and price action, as well as events in the news, are critical, Leo, in this free content. Leo says in his free content that there's more to the strategy. And to sign up to get that information, I am against selling information altogether. So here's a real hippie. We call these hippies. Dude, everything's open source. Okay, except for your internet connection. You got to pay a bill every month to be connected to the interwebs. You need money for that. So I believe it should all be free. Just ask Gary E. Who's Gary E? Anyways, MW strategy is simply pure fire. It's pure fire, man. I can't even fit it in a jar. It's lightning in a bottle is what the fuck it is. It's the holy grail. But you have to take Asian consideration into account. You mean the Asian session? Market trap days, ADR, etc. You're right. People have to do their research. Both you and Leo have your points. And I'm just asking that we stay positive and help one another. And at the end of the day, traders should know to take someone else's information with a grain of salt. I'm just saying. Be pro-peace, not anti-war. These are just my thoughts. because I respect and appreciate both of you. I'm gay for both of you guys. I hope I didn't even offend you or make you feel attacked. Oh my God. Check if Bruce is an affiliate with a large broker and you'll have your answer. Now, this is the argument from he's some shill. I think what he means to say is Bruce is a goddamn shill. We winning off this trade strategy. I'm surprised he didn't say we be winning. Brother, we be winning off this trade strategy. Simple as that. You know you're doing something great when people make videos hating on another man's hustle. He's killing the game, and people, I'm mad. Double tops and double bottoms. So what? Thank you so much. I was ready to buy. I was a goober I was a sucker ready to be sucked. But I hope that you realize this guy has no information about Leo's system. He thinks Leo trades with blank charts. Like naked. Mod key 56-inch knee grind after winning elections. I don't know. He must be speaking of Bonix there. I have no idea. Let's kill Leo. Oh, that sounds like a death threat. Is this guy's name? Oh my God, that's his name. Okay, so I can't tell people's names anymore. The second coming of Jesus is going to speak. It looks like he's black. I had no idea. Baby Jesus right there. Big, bigger, biggest hater. Wow. Be hating him, Leo. Don't you look at black ski beats. I think this guy might be black. Do you know anything about this? The Dumo initiative? It seems like they give a lot of information, about the class they offer. Yeah, I did do a thing on that. I didn't dig into that yet. The Amagato. The very first link on Google, please look them up before joining. Snake oil salesman. Yes, I agree. I think Leo blows away, the Pip Society blows away the Dumo Aragatos people. Is that Dropbox link public? Laugh out loud. Looks like some good free online info in a nice little file. Oh, gee, dude, there's whole books that have been posted. You ever heard of BitTorrent? Jesus, where's this guy living, under a rock? And Bruce, it is absolutely possible to predict. Following is not a good strategy. Check Anvil Mengel. I don't know what that is. In the moment when I can afford him and joining his group. Just can't now. Is it expensive? Not only as money for the trade. I don't know what that is. Bruce, I appreciate your effort. I would tend to agree with you. However, you have the links to the indicators and videos provided to you. You said it is illegal to sell those. Why you just don't share the videos and the indicators for free? Which you said is okay from a legal point, and I spelled legal wrong just so I don't get in trouble. A legal point of view, and so we could assess ourselves if it's worthy and maybe would be really convinced. Or opposite, one finds it valuable. Oh, it would be okay to pay and join because the added value to the potential would be provided. within the group, etc. So this way, what a fair-minded individual. I think this guy would want a trading system. I don't think we have a naked trader here. This guy's a very conventional thinker. So this way, I believe you 100% or believe 100% Mr. Leo, because in my opinion, having that and not showing it makes your claims less plausible. Again, I'm not saying I believe Leo. Seems too easy and too good to be true. Looks like he's Russian or something. Kristen Satanov. Road to wealth. Wow. Here's a guy that's not greedy. Road to wealth. What's your name? Road to wealth. Table for 5. No, hater. Worry about trading and stop worrying about other people's trading. Is Leo even thinking about you? People like you have no life. Laugh my ass off. Now, I used to get these kind of comments from people when I would criticize other people. Because some people do find value in a reach around. Some people do find value in being coached, you know. Here, don't touch the stove. Oh, God, you saved my fucking hand. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to touch the stove. Unfortunately for me, I'm touching the stove with both hands because I'm thinking maybe one hand has less feeling. Never seen Leo post a losing trade. You have $50K a week from the suckers that will cover up the losing trades. He posts the winners. I'm sure he hands out $50 to post a good comment. Wow, really? They paying for comments? I had no idea. Yeah, so anyways, Bruce, keep up the good work. Those hate comments are just from fools with get-rich-quick mentality. Obviously, are not trading for a living. Bruce says, thank you. Alex? Oh, wait. Oh, God, no. Here we go. Alex, the guy that just spoke. Keep up the great work. He says, shut up, bitch. Man. It's that black guy again, hating on the people that don't like Leo. My brother Leo's bringing it home. He's bringing it on in. He's catching the big fish. Leo catch big fish. Let's face it. Excellent video. I'll steer clear from that person. He's a thief. Now here's a brother who's defected. Look at that. See? Can't trust him. Then you'll be broke if you're listening to this dumbass. That fib will get you out 70%. This guy's full of shit, and the course is full of good stuff. I agree. Fibonacci is complete bullshit. You tell him. You tell him. I say yes, anti-fib. I vote for you. Leo Williams is full of crap. I knew this guy was fishy the first time he popped up on my YouTube. Somehow he showed up on my recommended videos. Trading M and W on naked charts is like gambling. Good God. Watch, this guy's going to say shut the fuck up. Facts. Facts? Is he asking a question? I'll get it. Hey, Bruce, thank you so much. You just saved me from a big mistake. What is your opinion on this guy called, here we got another guy, binary options beat? Oh, well, Jesus Christ. Come on, binary options. You're better off trying to fucking, go to the county fair and, shoot those milk bottles down. Where did you find these files? Because I'm just trying to to determine the high and low of the day for the currency. Wow, here's a guy. William Dunlop. We'll call him Dick. Dick Dunlop says, where can I find? Well, you could just mark off the high and low of the day. Now, here's what people really want a template that does everything. I'm using the Steve Morrow template. I stealed it from the internet. You wouldn't believe how good it works. Hey, Bruce, is there anyone you know of that can get me a beer that's trustworthy to learn Forex from? Oh, my God. What's Bruce going to say to this? Nope. Tugboat search markup? Oh, Tugboat's his name. Sorry. I keep forgetting they're putting search market markup on YouTube and do your research and determine whether he's right for you or not. It's got to be a good fit. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Webb. Q Banks. We'll have to look that up. Maybe that's some amazing thing. People, please do your research. Forex, futures, stocks, options, etc. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Most of these services are selling you basic information. I'm not saying don't buy training, but at the very least, get the basics down yourself. Free resources. Get back to basics of Forex, a baby Pip school, damn it. Listen to the podcast. Read. Open a demo account. That's right, damn it. Open a demo account. Just get out there and do something, damn it. Be following all these gurus. Test the system out. Once you get the basics down and adequate, then to passing elementary school, you still need to know how you can use it in the real world. Psychology plays a big part, as only because it's the amount of money you're trading that's going to fuck your brain up. As we stated in this video, everyone has to figure out their own way to trade the markets. Even if it's legit person, something someone else can do successfully may not work for you. That is completely true. Did you ever try to play certain sing in the wrong key, sing in a key that your voice cannot sing in? It's a disaster. All the people that have found their own voice in their own range have made a lot of money knowing what melodies they can sing successfully without their voice breaking. And what's their best note that they can hit? And that's like, you'll see people transcribe stuff to put it in a different key so they can sing it. If they could cover it, professional singers that covers somebody else's song, I'm going to find it where it says the best fit for their voice, and it just sounds amazing resonance because of the way they're stuck with the structure of their voice. Before paying someone that claims to be a successful trader, do what an investor would do before putting funds with that trader and get a statement that's your business. You'll have audit statements ready to show because the client to invest. Fakes will not provide you with this information. Right? They give you fake information. If someone is willing to make a video showing a withdrawal from a broker, it should be no problem for them to similarly provide a statement or simultaneously. The main Forex brokers have about 30% win rate from what I've seen in the past. Forex brokers provide customer profitability reports. The main ones, FXEM, Forex. Okay. That's too much fun. Anyways. That looks about it. This is probably Bruce going, yes. Oh boy. This guy just answered his own question. Look at that. Exactly. Bruce. Bruce agrees. How white people make money. Bruce, I see that ethically it is wrong. Let Steve Marlowe deal with it himself, and penalize him where he sees fit, like suing or taking other legal action, whatever possible. I'm sure actions are well intended. All I'm saying is, the approach is not fitting for a man of your standard. I mean, really now. You are a large portfolio trader. Focus on that. Or better yet, help people with better trading techniques, because trust me, people need it. That's all I'm saying. You first must show public problem before you can solve it. It's like a virus. First, you must follow the patient to know that he or she has them to better understand why it's yours, about to give them what you are. Once they understand, you can prescribe a prescription to aid them. It's the same thing in my eyes. Well, that's an odd analogy. Son, what I think you're suffering from is overtrading. I'll prescribe that you have you tried tequila. That may be harder to execute. Slow down your trading. Bruce is correct to inform people how would you like to trade, but need to understand that you cannot predict the graph movements. Also, to make people aware of the thousands of scammers. The Forex scenario is not meant to have strategy signal training courses mentoring. What? The Forex scenario is not meant to have strategies, etc. applied so as to give advantage. It is the game of chances, because whenever we do not know what makes the graph move. Making the graph move, these big boys are making the graph move as underlying reasons. What you do not understand about that is possible and is not. Best wishes. Cheers. Good day. You said X and Y and Z. Not sure I can trust anything you say now. Forget all these crazy comments. Your content here is great. Coming from a true white supremacist. Look, he's got that white supremacist beard. Thank you. I knew he's going to say that. Fuck. I knew he's going to. Thank you. Hood rats supporting hood rats with no knowledge of technical analysis. And all caught up on the dream of making money, yet no one step up to the plate and show a live Nadex account video, or at least a portfolio. That black guy's going to come in. He's going to hammer him. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh, somebody's got a real link here. Let me just say that I have been a member of Pip Society for 2 fucking years. And when the program was free, and his Signal group was free too, this guy was a successful trader and coach before he started uploading videos on YouTube. This is why he has a loyal following. Been teaching folks for years before he went public. You are trying to stop a training that cannot be stopped. Ask around. People are still joining every day his YouTube video and are too strong, and people are making money off them before they join. Read the comment, loser. I don't know if he's a is he a cheerleader? Bruce had to edit this, come back. Boss Life Affiliates, haha. I love the name. Product of Fear. God, people have to space this out. I'll actually read the comments because of you. There are people that are losing money or actually see what I do. I get emails weekly how horrible this service is. What happened to his Telegram? Doesn't do that anymore. I also have detailed info about how he follows other people's success. He doesn't trade his own. He doesn't trade his own and show that. He follows that if one of his students wins a trade. He follows that. He'll just say, see, that's a formation. Teach. Oh, God. I can't write. Even though it's going completely against what he said. I've done my research, and I know for a fact he started trading in late 2015, so don't kid yourself. I know he hasn't been around. Look at his Facebook. The guy was learning from books at BAM in 2015. I'm going to get this. He is still learning that. Not even 1.5 years he's teaching. Sketchy. Product of Fear. Show me where I was saying trading is an emotional roller coaster. Pretty sure I was speaking of the new traders. Listen, instead of being an affiliate, instead of being, I thought he was going to keep going. I would charge you $1,000 instead. Oh no. And this makes you no better. I was just going to charge. I didn't read your comment, but let me say that I agree with Bruce about the scam. But I also agree with Pip Society for making some sweet, sweet cash. He figured it out. Making money off the market is not as easy as scamming people with courses. Leo knows how to milk the cash cow. They'll be beating up on my Leo. Anyways, that's my Pip Society breakdown. Are you for Leo or against?